Sprint mechanics is beneficial for games for several reasons: enhancing players' mobility, dynamic gameplay, and efficient exploration. Having a sprint mechanic is a versatile and valuable tool within a game or even a game design. A perfect example of this is a game called Forgotten Memories Memory Lane, where you're stuck inside of a maze trying to escape, all while doing so inside first person view. That makes the player more immersive inside that game. The sprint mechanic is used when to escape danger, giving the player urgency to move to escape, and as well as providing excitement. This lets the player become more immersive and giving their gameplay more enjoyment. This also improves gameplay dynamics. Our goal is to make a sprint mechanic having to play an animation whenever it's called upon, and ensuring it's compatible for mobile, and it works for R6 and R15 avatars. So with that being said, we're going to dive right into it, and let's get started. Once you open up Studios, first things we're going to do is go to Replicated Storage inside Explorer and add a folder. Once you add that folder, rename this folder Animation Folder. Oops. And then insert an animation inside that folder. Rename it to Running, and then go ahead and grab your animation that you made for this animation ID. If you don't have one already, just go ahead and pause this video and make your animation for running, and then continue back where you left off. Next, you want to go down to Starter Player Scripts, insert a local script. From here, we're going to grab a few variables, first starting with the services that we need. So local players equals game, colon, get service players. Then we're going to get the replicated storage, so local replicated storage equals game, colon, get service, replicated storage. And lastly, you want to get the contact action service. So we're going to say CAS for short equals game, colon, get service, contact action service. If you don't know what contact action service is, I'll make a future video about it, but for now, I'll link it in the description on the Roblox API webpage, and you can do your research from there. Next, we're going to get the local variables we need for this. So we're going to get the player. So local player equals players dot local player. We're going to get the character. So local character equals player dot character, or player dot character added colon weight. And lastly, we're going to get the humanoid. So local humanoid equals character colon weight for child humanoid. Next, I want to go ahead and make a string for the action that we're going to apply to the contact action service. So local action equals sprint. And then we're going to get the walk speed of the humanoid. So local walk speed equals humanoid dot walk speed. And lastly, we're going to get the multiplier. So multi equals 2. Then we're going to go ahead and get the keybind, and our keybind is going to be left shift. So local keybind equals enum.keycode.left shift. Great, now that we have all our variables that we need for our script, we're going to go ahead and get the animation that we just made. So local current anim equals replicated storage dot running. Actually, replicated storage dot animation folder dot running. Cool. Now I'm gonna have a function, so whenever a player respawns or even spawn into our game, they get referred to the new humanoid and the character. So we're gonna do local function character added new character. Inside this function, we're gonna do humanoid equals new character colon wait for child humanoid. And then for the character, we're going to do character equals new character. Great. Now for the next function, we're going to do the action handle. So making sure that this action that we made is being handled whenever they press left shift, or if they're on mobile when they press the button. So we're going to do local function action handle. We're going to do the name the state. So first being if name equals action, then if input state equals enum dot user input state dot begin, then this checks whenever, my fault, not if input state, we're gonna do if state, my fault. But basically this checks whenever the player has pressed that input key, then it's gonna fire this event. So if state equals enum dot user input state dot begin, then we're gonna fire the current animation to play. And next we're gonna increase the humanoid walk speed equals, so humanoid dot walk speed equals walk speed times multi. Now I'm gonna have an else if statement. So else if state equals enum dot user input state dot end it. Then we're gonna do current anim colon stop to stop the run animation, and then humanoid dot walk speed, return it back to the original walk speed. So equals walk speed. Basically that's 16 or whatever you put it as. Now finally we're gonna fire the event so this is able to be applied to the character. So player dot character added colon connect character added. Great, so whenever the player spawns in, we're gonna fire the function character added, and the new character is gonna be the character they spawn in as, and have that humanoid variable applied to that character's humanoid, and same with the character. Lastly, we're gonna do the contact action service, so CAS colon bind action, and then the function action handle. Then we're gonna have true, and then keybind. So basically what this does is having it where we're binding a contact action service to a certain action name, and then having a function play whenever they press the keybind. So that being left shift. So the action, which is sprint, action handle to a function they're gonna be firing upon. We're having the third variable true, making that mobile compatible, so whenever they press the button, this also fires, and the keybind, whichever it is, which in this case is left shift. And if you want, this is also compatible for like action service binding to an action. This action being a sprint, and then firing the function action handle. That checking whatever the user input state began and ended, and if it began, then it applies the animation, playing the animation, and also applying the walk speed, making the player walking a bit faster than usually they are. Else if it's ended, then it's stopping the animation and applying the walk speed back to the original state. The third variable being true, that's making it having a mobile button pop up for people playing on mobile on screen, and then a key bind to that for this whole function being a left shift. Now if you do want this being compatible for console, you can also have a third one, well, a fourth variable being, enum dot keycode dot whatever Xbox buttons there are. Lastly, we're gonna do CAS, contact action service, set title. This is for mobile players. So action, we're applying it to the action title, and having that button string text on inside of it say sprint. Now if we go ahead and play it, you'll see that once we press left shift, it does not play. Whoops. Oh, I see what I did. So but the issue is because we just got the running animation. So instead, current animation, we're gonna do humanoid colon load animation. Go inside replicated storage dot animation folder. I'm gonna do colon, well actually dot running Now if we go ahead and play the game, when we left shift, we're sprinting and it plays our animation. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and like down below, comment on what you want to see next, and as well as subscribing helps with the algorithm. And if you want, go ahead and join the Discord server. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe, and comment down below what you would like to see next. Until then, I'll see you in the next video.